Peace and blessings. This is Malika, and I was over here talking to my daughter. The other two were sleeping, and we were discussing how violence tears the family apart, even if you or someone claims that, oh, I love my sister so much, I love my brother so much that I can beat them up and nobody else can, because if somebody messes with my brother or if somebody messes with my sister, I'm going to kick their butts, blase blase. But what about when you're beating up your own brother, your own sister? The same thing with the parent. What about us as parents, right? But we have authority, to discipline our children to a certain extent, you know. But for children, to discipline children, I have a problem with that. I think that that is inappropriate, that the children are becoming very confused with thinking that they can discipline one another. Bad enough, they're facing other challenges, such as name calling, cursing, and hitting and pushing and shoving. I mean, that's enough going on already. And I know it's not only my children. I don't need to get into details. I just told my daughter a story about how I was in a conversation with someone, and it was a very awful conversation because this person behaved like a child. I'm sorry. I'm not going to give any names. I'm not going to give any details, but I spoke to her about that because I wanted to prove to her a point of how useless conversations and useless things can do a lot of injury, including fighting with your family and then turn around. Now we're friends. What kind of mess is that? It's just a little bit too much. It's a little bit too disturbing. It's in my opinion, it's violence. Um, it all starts in the home. It's you're gonna do what you're supposed to do to love your family and to stop all the foolishness. I do not like calling the police, but if I need help, if I need backup, if I need reinforcements, I know how to dial 911. I have several cell phones. And I prefer not to get the police involved. I wouldn't want it to come to that extent of getting the police or anyone else involved, because I feel that there are reasonable things that people can do to be reasonable, to compromise, to look for peace. There are so many things you can do. Um, but everybody has, I guess, an ego problem. This is what's keep bringing about the conflict. You hurt me, I'm going to hurt you. And this is not the good way of thinking. I'm not too proud of this situation, and I promise myself I'm going to make a million videos. I am going to make a million videos speaking about these things every time something happens until it stops. And I'm sorry if I hurt somebody's feelings. I am not here to hurt anyone's feelings. That is not me. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't want to bully anyone. But when I learn the truth about things and I see things with my eyes, yes, I am going to speak about those things because it's so important that I speak about them. And like I said, it may not be liked. I mean, what can I do? I can't ignore them. I'm sorry. When my children are getting into a dispute, I don't mind. They can argue and dispute, they can disagree. But when it gets out of hand to a certain point, when it's time to turn around and walk away, yes, I have to get involved if it doesn't cease. Pretty much like almost everything in life. Okay? And and relating to so many bad things that comes out of disobedience from parents. I read a story about a 17-year-old girl and a 17-year-old boy. 17-year-old boy is up in her bedroom. Dad walks in, says, "What's going on here?" The girl claims that that is not her boyfriend. She don't know the guy. Dad and boy exchange words. Dad shoots, kills boy. You know, why? Why do you want to disobey your parent? Children, why? Why would you disobey your parent? Mother gets into an argument with daughter at a movie theater. 19-year-old daughter. Mother slaps daughter. Okay? Daughter takes off. Father chases after mom. Mom takes off after daughter, I guess, to slap her up some more, I guess. I'm not making fun of the family. I'm not trying to say my family is perfect. My family is not perfect. I have episodes in my family. My family is not perfect. Do we need therapy? We are our own therapists. You learn at home first. You learn at home. There's nobody on this planet can ever help you, anyone to understand what is respect. Even if you disagree with someone. What is respect? Stop the disrespecting. So guess what happens to the father? Guess what happened to Mr. Luis Rodriguez? When he chases after mom, police pulls up. Okay? Police pulls up. And guess what happens? Police arrest dad. Dad resists, trying to explain to the police officers, "Hey, this is my wife. This is my daughter." Guess what? Police knocks him to the ground. Right? And dad dies. Now, daughter, would you ever, ever think again about what you could have did that was different? This is not a war against anyone. This is not a war against children. This is not a war against the young lady. I know she would never forget this. She would take this to her grave. So look, guys, all I'm saying, please, it doesn't have to be forever. At least listen for a little while until maturity. Whatever you have to do with all your might and with all your power, just listen and obey your parents. It's not worth losing your family. It's not worth the pain and suffering of losing your family. Ask yourself that question. Is my behavior is causing harm to my family? Am I a person that is cursing, violent, hitting, pushing, shoving, saying smart remarks, making smart remarks out of my mouth? Ask yourself that question. And if you answer yes to some of those questions, then maybe, just maybe, you need to reevaluate yourself. Reevaluate the way you think. Reevaluate the way you act. Reevaluate yourself. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort. Just a little bit of effort and a lot of reward. My name is Malika. Peace, and I'm out.